I get uncomfortable playing 2 copies of this card, but this man came out here and played 3 of them things at Nationals, made the day 2, probably got the cool little prize card as well, and he was doing it while playing 3 copies of Meteonis. I gotta say, though, I think it kind of does work out for with what his logic was. It is a pure new to focused build, and he wants to recur those names and play a round roll. In case you're unaware, if you open up with a ritual spell or one of the DRYTRON monsters that you want to summon, either one of them will get the job done. You just send whatever you don't have with Moy Beta, and then boom, you can still put up a board even through Droll. But I don't know if I agree with all 3, because I feel like I'm just going to brick like crazy. So I want to start with 2 and maybe see if that works for me. Maybe we'll jack it up to 3, but I'm not sure. That was some big cojones stuff. I'm not super happy about this, but... Target 1 face-up Exceed monster your opponent controls that has material. Detach all materials from it, and if you do, return it to the extra deck. Then, if there's a monster card in the graveyard among the detached materials, special summon as many of those monsters as possible from the graveyard to your opponent's field in face-up defense position. So I'm not going to assume by default that he cheated, but I am going to say this. If you activate Xyz's Encore and summon a monster that can be normal summoned or set, you cannot play a single DRYTRON card for the rest of that turn by its own effect. You can't use it. You can't use any of these. Any of these ones you can't use if you've used Xyz's Encore, because you are the one who summons the monsters. And it's actually pointed out by one of the first people in the comment section, and that is that they're side decking the Xyz's Encore. Only thing I would really consider hardcore changing about the list, but besides that, pretty solid build. I've done my own take on it. Let's check it out here. I do love the idea of 50 card DRYTRON, and I think that for whatever reason the ratios just feel a little bit better if you have more than 40 cards in your DRYTRON deck. For whatever reason, it's like that old Mermel logic from back in like 2013, 2012, where you were jam-packing the deck with more than 40 cards because it helped bury the bricks, and that's what it feels like you're doing in a DRYTRON build like this. You're burying the bricks. I did hate the 3 copies of Meteonis that our other friend Jordan was main decking, so cutting that joint down to 2 just feels right to me. Playing the Dominus Purge feels solid. If, unfortunately, I had it, I don't have it, so I'm playing this with the IRL restrictions right now applied to the list. And speaking of those things, if you give any credibility at all to the CaliFX leaked list, which didn't come out this weekend, I still do think that's a fair call to say Harvey's Featherstorm might have a target on its back, because it's a pretty unfair card that a lot of people have been complaining about for a long time. So if this gets cut, that's going to open up another 3 side deck slots as well. But we got 3 freebies back from the Xyz's Encore, and we're soon going to have 3 more, which you can probably throw in more generic thrust targets. I'm thinking D-Prison, I'm thinking Sanctum for Lancia if Malice is still a thing. There's plenty of options that you can explore to set off of the thrust, none of them being as good as Featherstorm was. Final thing that I just want to mention on this, though, is that we were doing it first. DRYTRON was thrusting for Featherstorm a lot earlier than the freaking Ryzeals were. Okay, man, they stole the play and they got it banned. Is what it is, though. It was unfair when they did it. It was unfair when we did it, too. And we can still do unfair things a heck of a lot more than they can after these upcoming hits are going to ravage them. But I do like this take on the list. Just a few minor modifications, tuning things up. One thing you will not find in this list is Beta. Don't need to play that guy. But overall, I like the logic. 50 cards, strong. Extra copy of the ritual spell to play around Droll, fair. Give it a solid 8.5 out of 10. The one thing that I can't wait for is this format to change, just so maybe it feels a little bit better playing this into a modern day format tournament.